He wore the uniform of duty, an impeccable morning suit, a polished top hat, a discreet blue tie. He smiled warmly for the cameras, waved to the sea of eager faces lining the parade route, and executed every royal obligation with smooth, practiced ease. But as Prince William stepped onto the Royal Ascot grounds this past Wednesday, one fact loomed larger than any fanfare: he was alone. This wasn't just a solo appearance. It was a visual echo of everything the future king has been quietly enduring. In past years, William's presence at Ascot had been defined by togetherness. He and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, walking arm in arm, exchanging soft smiles, turning a public event into a portrait of modern royal elegance. But this year, the picture was incomplete. Catherine was missing, and the absence was palpable. Let's unpack what happened, and why this moment has resonated far beyond the winner's circle. A sudden change of plans. At midday, Ascot officials released the official carriage list, a moment eagerly anticipated by royal enthusiasts. It confirmed what many had hoped: the Prince and Princess of Wales would attend together. Fans were already imagining the moment: Catherine's signature style, her wide-brimmed hat, a new designer dress perhaps. After her celebrated return to the public stage at Trooping the Colour and Garter Day, her appearance at Ascot felt like the next chapter in a cautiously hopeful royal comeback. And then, everything changed. Less than 30 minutes after the carriage list went public, Kensington Palace issued an abrupt statement: the Princess of Wales would not be attending after all. No further details. No photographs. Just a quiet withdrawal. It was not just disappointing, it was disorienting. In the tightly choreographed world of royal appearances, such a last-minute change is rare. Catherine's absence was not simply noted, it was felt, emotionally and symbolically. A heavy symbolism. That left Prince William to attend alone, not just as a guest, but as a lead figure. One of his primary responsibilities: presenting the trophy for the Prince of Wales's stakes, an honour inherently connected to his title, and one he has shared with Catherine in years past. This time, he did it solo. And though he performed the duty with grace, confidence, and charm, the solitude behind the gesture spoke volumes. He wasn't just a prince presenting a prize. He was a husband carrying the weight of two roles: the public face of a monarchy in transition, and the quiet support system for a wife in recovery. Catherine's absence: strength in stillness. The official reason for Catherine's absence was clear: she needed rest. After a whirlwind return to public life, including high-profile appearances at Trooping the Colour, Garter Day, and the announcement of a groundbreaking early childhood initiative, the princess was wisely scaling back. The palace described it as a need to find the right balance. Behind those careful words lies the deeper truth: Catherine is still recovering from a deeply personal battle with cancer. And while her return to the public eye has been met with admiration and praise, it is also a process, not a sprint, but a careful, compassionate pacing of energy and strength. To some, her absence might have been disappointing. But to others, it was a reminder of her humanity and of the courage it takes to step back when the world expects you to step forward. The Prince of Two Worlds. And so Prince William, ever composed, stepped into the spotlight alone. It's easy to forget that behind the titles, the pageantry, and the perfect tailoring is a man who has been through enormous private strain over the past year. His wife diagnosed with cancer. His father, the king, confronting his own health crisis. His children navigating uncertainty at home while the world watches their every move. And in all of this, William has become the steady hand, the quiet anchor. The royal who never falters, who never shows fatigue. Who smiles, waves, delivers speeches, greets world leaders, all while carrying the emotional weight of a family in crisis. His appearance at Ascot was yet another chapter in this evolving role. Though he was surrounded by family, King Charles and Queen Camilla were in attendance, as was Catherine's mother, Kate Middleton. William's solitude was unmistakable. Because this event, this trophy, this title, it was something he and Catherine were meant to share. A love story lived in duty. To understand the depth of this moment, one must look at the history of William and Catherine's public life together. From their early years as newlyweds to the confident, purposeful couple they've become, their appearances have always felt like a partnership. Ascot has been no different. In previous years, their joint appearances were marked by playful glances, whispered jokes, moments of unity that reminded the public that royalty, for all its grandeur, can still feel personal and warm. This year's change of tone, from shared joy to silent strength, marked a shift. Not in love or devotion, but in circumstance. In this new chapter, William's love for Catherine is expressed not through public affection, but through responsibility. He is not only showing up for the monarchy, he is showing up for her. What royal duty looks like now. In years past, royal duty meant attending events, shaking hands, cutting ribbons, delivering speeches. Today, it means something else. It means standing alone in the winner's enclosure, performing for the world while carrying personal heartache beneath a composed exterior. It means allowing your wife the space to heal even if it means facing the cameras without her. It means balancing tradition with tenderness. And it means understanding that real strength is not in being seen, but in knowing when to step forward and when to let someone else step back. The public reaction. Unsurprisingly, Katherine's absence sparked a flurry of headlines. Social media buzzed with concern, speculation, and support. Most understood. Some questioned. But overwhelmingly, the sentiment was one of empathy. After all, the Princess of Wales has earned the public's admiration not just through fashion or elegance, but through her deep sense of purpose. From her work with early childhood development to her quiet dignity in the face of illness, she has become a symbol of modern royalty, poised, compassionate, real. And William, by appearing alone, by not offering excuses, by simply doing his duty, reinforced that image. Their love story, once defined by romance and partnership, is now defined by resilience. The unseen cost of visibility. What makes William's role uniquely challenging is the visibility. Every step, every smile, every pause is captured, broadcast, and analyzed. And yet, the emotional context behind those moments is often missed. What the public saw at Ascot was a prince fulfilling a duty. What they felt, though, whether they could name it or not, was the subtle tension between public service and private pain. William's grace wasn't just a performance. It was an act of quiet endurance. And that makes all the difference. A moment that will be remembered. There was no grand announcement. No emotional speech. Just a prince, a trophy, and a silence that said everything words couldn't. For historians, photographers, and future documentaries, that image of Prince William standing alone at Royal Ascot may become one of the defining visuals of 2025. Not because of what happened, but because of what it represented. Strength. Duty. Loyalty. Love. A man carrying the weight of a nation, a family, and a future crown with no one beside him, and no sign of faltering. Final thoughts. Royal Ascot 2025 wasn't just about racing or royal pageantry. It was about what duty looks like when it's personal. It was about a prince who smiled for the cameras while protecting the woman he loves from the very glare he himself cannot escape. And in doing so, Prince William reminded the world that modern royalty isn't about appearing perfect, it's about enduring with grace. Supporting with silence. Leading with empathy. Catherine may have been absent, but her presence was felt in the space beside him, in the choice to rest, and in the love that allowed him to walk forward alone. He did it for her. And the world noticed.